title of my speech is Adopt, Don't Shop. My topic is why you should adopt a pet from the pound opposed to shopping for one. My purpose statement is to inform my audience on the benefits of adopting an animal from the pound and how it can be better than buying one. Take a second and think about your sweet dog or cat that you have at home. Every day it's loved by every family member living in your house. It gets fed, taken outside, and cuddled every day. Now take a second and think about the commercials that show all the dogs and cats living in shelters. They spend their day laying in a cage, sad because they don't have a family that loves them like your sweet animal does. There are roughly 2 million dogs and cats killed in U.S. shelters annually because they lack a home, but as many as 30 million Americans add a new animal to their households every year. These animals are being put to sleep due to capacity limits at shelters. The animals that are being rescued are able to live out their life, loved by the family that decides to take them home. On this slide, I have a chart about what happens to the animals at the shelter. 28% is adoptions, 10% means that they are returned to their owner, 18% is that they are transferred, and 44% is that they are put to sleep. In my home, we have a female cat that has already had 9 kittens. We refuse to take them to the shelter because we know what will happen to them. The kittens are well taken care of at our home until someone would like to take one home with them. Since my cats had all these babies, I've done lots of research on what happens at shelters and why it is so much better to adopt from one. The more people know about the benefits of rescuing an animal, I believe the more people will take it upon themselves to check out a shelter when looking to add a pet to their home. Today I'm going to talk about all the reasons adopting a pet is the best option. Let me start by explaining why rescuing a pet will make your family even happier. There are multiple reasons as to why anyone should adopt a pet from a shelter, opposed to buying one from a breeder or offline. Shelters are full of great animals just waiting to be adopted. The animals sit in a cage all day and wonder when they will ever be placed in a home. The saddest part is some animals may never get the chance and they are being put to sleep instead. Adopting a pet has so many benefits. On this slide, there's 5 benefits that state that you are saving a life, adopting one helps another, rescuing is more affordable, improving the quality of their life, and gaining an unconditional loving companionship. One benefit is that you will save a life. Each year, 2.7 million adoptable dogs and cats are euthanized in the United States, simply because too many pets come into shelters and too few people consider adoption when looking for a pet. The number of euthanized animals could be reduced dramatically if more people adopted pets instead of buying them. Another benefit is because the pet that you get will be a great fit for your family. Usually, adopting a pet means that they are updated on all their shots and even some are microchipped. All this stuff is even included in the single adoption fee. The animal is also more than likely already potty trained, and depending on your home, this might be the best news ever. And lastly, another benefit is adopting an animal from a shelter will cost you way less money. Buying a new animal can cost you thousands of dollars, especially depending on the breed. Most shelters have one of every breed for you and your family to pick from. Buying an animal from an unknown breeder or off a website that you found could be scary. You never know what they do to their animals or how they are cared for. It calls for lots of research and time before you can even bring your puppy home. Puppy scam is a big issue nowadays. This slide just shows a puppy holding signs that say, "Please be careful and please prevent yourself. Don't let them steal your money." You are looking online for a puppy and you find one for sale by a breeder, or you find someone online who for some reason, usually a sad person that is designed to hug at your heartstrings, is selling a puppy. There are lots of cute photos of the puppy or puppies and guarantees things like their health and vaccinations. There might even be a section about the breeder with glowing testimonials. All is designed to pique your interest in the dogs or pets that they have advertised for sale. Looking for animals online can take time, and most of the time the animal isn't ready to be brought home. You just informed your family that you're getting a new puppy, and now you have to let them down when telling them that they have to wait weeks before you can bring it home. At a shelter, you can pick a puppy out that day, and it can come home with you that night. Now you know a little bit about why adopting from a shelter is better. Let's talk about the benefits it has for your family. Bringing a new puppy home for the kids seems like such a good idea until you're cleaning up poop and replacing shoes every 5 minutes. It's like having another baby that you don't have time for. You have a new marriage, a new baby at your new house, and you think having a new puppy would be the best idea to complete your family. but puppies are a lot of work. This slide shows reasons why adopting a dog instead of buying a puppy is so much better. Having a new puppy and a baby at the same time isn't always the best idea. Your puppy will need to be trained so that she knows what you want her to do and not to do. She will need lots of safe exercise and play so that her body develops properly. Some people want a small dog and some people want bigger ones. When they are just puppies, it's hard to tell how big they will really get. When you're adopting from a shelter, it's easy to tell what you'll be dealing with because they're normally a year or older by now. Some people think that adopting a shelter dog means that they were put there for a reason and that they are gross and misbehaved dogs, which is not true. People get rid of dogs for multiple reasons. Millions of dogs are adopted each year by families that absolutely love their new addition. According to the ASPCA, 3.2 million people adopt and rescue a pet every year. However, a common misconception is that all shelter dogs are broken, abused, or problematic. Rescuing an animal from a shelter helps in so many ways. You get a new pet, you saved its life, and save the lives of other animals by bumping them off the put-to-sleep list. Before anyone goes Googling for a new dog, take a trip to the shelter. People don't realize how in need all of these animals are until they see them for themselves. Anyone that needs this situation or sees the situation that they are in, they will see why rescuing an animal is much better than buying one from a breeder. Rescuing an animal will cause your entire family to never want to buy from a breeder again. Seeing the look on your new pet's face will bring them so much joy. Animals know when they are loved, and being in a shelter causes them to be depressed just like humans can become. Animals love to be paid attention to, and they love to know that the people they are surrounded with love them. Adopting from a shelter will save so many animals' lives and causes so many dogs to live happier and longer lives. People may think that adopting one animal won't make a difference, but it does. After adopting and telling people why you adopted will cause more people to wonder about the shelters and make them want to go check one out. Most people see that how the animals live locked up in cages will cause them so badly to want to adopt. The more the word is spread, the more animals' lives that are saved. Isn't it so great just to know that you can change an animal's life forever? Animals spend days, weeks, months in shelters. The longer they sit, the more prone they are to being put to sleep. Rescuing just one animal from a shelter saves so many other lives. Adopting is such a great thing, and everyone should adopt an animal at least one time in their life. At the beginning of my speech, I asked if any of you have seen the commercials about the animals in shelters just waiting to be adopted. I also asked for you to think about your own pet that you have at home. Isn't it sad to think about your pet being put in one of those shelters? You would never want your animal to be locked up in a cage like some of the animals are. I will leave you with this to think about. Millions of animals are sitting in shelters right now as we speak. The more animals we adopt, the more animals that get to live. Even rescuing one animal can save the lives of so many others. When looking for a new addition to the family, make sure you check out all of your local shelters before buying from a breeder website, and remember to adopt, not to shop.